What's the deal? You already know what it is. Back at this one, another video to pump out to my young boys, maybe girls, but nah. Today I want to get on here real quick and talk about this this situation with GRLA Hebrew. His name is, he's apparently an Israelite camp leader, and he's recently stepped down. As of today, I believe he stepped down because he's essentially been exposed for doing some things that go against the same word that he's supposed to be out here preaching and teaching. And and on that note, shout out to my brother New Breed. He's actually doing a live coverage of that situation right now, breaking down the schematics of what he was what the guy was essentially doing. And it's very disturbing. I say that first and foremost. It's very it's sick. Honestly, it's actually very, very sick. And as I was watching it, I just felt the spirit moving, and it was making me angry. I talked about it in my last video about indignation, and it's just sad. It's just sad. It's sad and it's sick to see that somebody that was looked at as a figure in the community or whatever, not even a figure, but it was sad to see somebody who was supposed to be a representation of Christ and the Most High that they follow. It pains me to see that somebody who is being pedestalized or looked at as a certain person in the field or whatever, or in the space, is being like exposed for being pretty much a sicko, and it puts a bad rap on all of us brothers that's in truth, that's actually trying to sit up there and help people and lead and push a positive message, and get people to the right place. And that's pretty much what we're gonna be talking about, because at the end of the day, it shouldn't even be, people shouldn't even be trying to put anybody over the Most High in the first place, or put somebody in the position to where this person is like somebody who you look to as somebody who should be pedestalized or idolized, whatever, because even though, granted, it's cool to, if you have people who you look at as a mentor, or you have somebody helping you learn or get stronger in the faith, that's one thing. But a lot of this organized stuff, like these organized religions and all these organized groups, a lot of the time, it is the people at the top of these things are not people who's actually representing the Most High, or is not somebody who even should really be in a position to teach the word. And the sad part is, well, really the messed up part about it is, these people are versed in the word. I didn't really know too much about GRLA Hebrew before today. I didn't know anything about this guy, but I looked into him, did a little bit of research after I was seeing, okay, I'm like, okay, well, so what kind of content was this guy actually making? What was he doing or whatever? And I seen some videos where he was just in the streets. He was like one of them street preachers, one of them Israelite guys, white man, the devil, all of this type of stuff. And whole time this guy actually has a fetish for white men, and it is really messing me up, because I'm like, you just really never know. This dude called himself a Hebrew Israelite. Again, these guys be real versed in the Bible, and you can't, side note, you definitely can't fall for that, because the devil definitely knows the Bible. But these is the things that we give people points for in our heads subconsciously. We like, okay, he know the lingo, they got all this Hebrew lingo, Yasharala, Karakazai, you know, they got all of this stuff, you know. No, this ain't no disrespect, but I'm just saying this is really how it be. You know, these guys just be saying all of this stuff. They just hit you with all this Hebrew verbiage, and you just be like, okay, this person knows something, or this person is, you know, they know something, or they, you know, you give them credit, you know, for that. But then back to Gorilla Grodd, you know, he's on the streets, you know, he's talking all the Hebrew lingo, telling people, no, this is the history, boo boo boo. And you know, is on the surface it looks, you know, it looks admirable, it looks right, you know, it looks like, okay, you know, I ain't gonna say the white man the devil thing is right, you were wilding a little bit with that, but you know, otherwise, you know, some of the other stuff that you're saying, okay, this is right. And then it turns out you, the same guy that's talking about the white man is the devil, wants to get his cheeks clapped by the white man. And that's just crazy to me. And he it wasn't just that he want to be thrashed by the white man, but he likes being degraded. He likes being called the hard R. He likes being called, you know, he likes to be degraded, and he likes the idea of being a slave. It seemed like he got his wives doing BDSM on him and pegging him and all of this stuff, and it's like he low-key want to be a slave. And at the same time, you are a Hebrew Israelite who's supposed to be against all of this stuff and anti all of this stuff. And it's just crazy because it's like, I don't know, this is one of them ones where it's like, this is like a crazy dynamic I never even considered up until now. In all 24 years, I ain't never even considered no dynamic like this. These dudes that's talking about they hate the white man and all of this type of stuff, this and that, you really want to be violated by the white man. Like, it's a sick spirit. It's a sick spirit. And the thing is, when it comes to a lot of this organized religion, like a lot of these churches, you know, we done seen it with the TD Jakes. That should have been a big one, but it seemed like that didn't even really make no noise for real. We just okay, TD Jakes is that cool, and you know, moving on. He a power bottom, moving on. But you know, I know people, you know, in my family personally that was rocking with TD Jakes, stood by TD Jakes, whatever. And I seen from a mile away that he was wicked and young. Like, I've seen he was wicked when I was young. So I'm like, something ain't right about that guy. And then it's like, no, he good, whoa. I've been messing with TD Jakes since before you was born, whoa. Like, okay. Long and behold, it comes out TD Jakes is a power bottom, and he like to get his cheeks thrashed. So it's just be like, when is we gon' stop sitting up there following these guys and get into our word and do what we gotta do as individuals, you know? The Bible tells us to study to show thyself approved. We have to get in the word on our own. Y'all have to get out of this hive mind of trying to be social butterflies and be socially accepted, and you want to be a part of this group, you want to be a part of this group, you want to be a part of that group, you just want a sense of belonging, and you want to feel like you belong somewhere. You belong somewhere with the Most High. You always will belong somewhere with the Most High. As long as you got him, you're great, you're gravy. And that's just all it is to it. You don't sit up there and need to be a part of no church. You don't need to be a part of no group. The church is the people, you know? So, you know, if you sit up there, the Bible say two or more gather in his name, you know, he's gonna be in the midst. So you gotta sit up there and find people around you who's a like mind. You can create your own church, create your own group, and y'all can sit up there and gather together under the Most High for the right reasons. You know, it ain't always gotta be a head honcho or somebody who's in charge of everybody. You know, that whole line of thinking is keeping these same patterns going. And these dudes, they get in this power and they don't have the responsibility for that power. You know, they they have these people looking up to them, and these people that's pedestalizing them and really believing these people are something. You know, they really believe these guys are that. They believe these guys are men of the Most High. And then when it comes out that they getting whatever, if it comes out they doing whatever in the dark, and when it eventually comes to the light, because it always will, it's confusion, it's disappointment, and we can't keep doing this. You can't keep following man. You can't keep following behind, these people just because they talk a certain way. You can sit up there and be that same person. That's another thing. You can literally be that person. All you got to do is just study the word. All you got to do is look into the history. You can get the information yourself. You can become well versed in the word and still follow the Most High, handle your business, and be on your own solo mission and doing what you got to do. You ain't got to sit up there and be, this person knows all of this stuff. They know more than me. Let me just follow behind them and whatever they say. That's just not how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to be in that word yourself. You're supposed to be studying these things yourself, line upon line, precept upon precept, making it a habit. You want to do, you want to knock out a chapter at least a day. That's what I've been on. Trying to be more consistent with how much that I'm in the word, studying it, going over it, looking, then compare. Then you can sit up there, compare notes to other people, and that's how you want to sit up there and build your understanding and grow your relationship with the Most High. Not sitting up there, you don't even crack open your Bible and you just going to these churches and you going to these camps and you expect these dudes to just spoon feed you the word and teach you everything, and that's all you gonna need, because it's gonna eventually get to a point where you're not sitting up there. You're not putting in that work for the Most High yourself. You're not actually even increasing your development in your own journey. You just getting spoon-fed whatever the next person is giving you, and that's like a parent relationship. You can think about a baby and a parent. If you sitting up there constantly getting spoon-fed by this person, whoever's feeding you, you're gonna eventually believe that is your parent in a way. You're gonna eventually pedestalize them, whether you know it or not. You're gonna start putting these people up in positions that they're not supposed to be in. Even if you think about it with an animal, like my cat, or whatever, any animal, period. If you sit up there and you got an animal around for a while, they don't know what's going on if it's a new animal. But I know, just off of my experience with the cat, I'm just go back to my cat. I know my experience with my cat. I know when my cat start realizing, okay, this is my parent, the person who's feeding me. She mess with me because I'm the one that feed her. She like, okay, this person is the one putting food in my belly. Now it's a different dynamic. I control whether or not she eats. So you get what I'm saying? That's the relationship a lot of y'all have with these pastors. A lot of y'all don't even get any kind of spiritual knowledge, spiritual edification, any kind of growth in your walk, in your faith, nothing, without your pastor opening his Bible up, scooping out whatever he want to scoop, and saying, here comes the choo-choo train, meow, and feeding y'all. Y'all are getting spoon-fed the Bible, and it's creating unhealthy relationships and unhealthy dynamics inside of these camps and inside these churches. And y'all are gonna keep getting hurt by these guys because your parent, your quote-unquote spiritual parent or whatever, it should be, the Most High should be your father. It's literally called our Father in heaven. He should be your father, but instead you letting these pastors and preachers and camp leaders be y'all's fathers out here, and you just can't do that. When you get on here, you don't need to be following me. You don't need to be waiting for me to sit up there and spoon feed you any kind of information or any kind of edification, knowledge, or anything like that, because I'm going to the source every day. And I expect all of y'all to do the same thing. You need to be going to the source every single day for yourself. And then you can come on here and we can compare our notes and we can grow. And it's a mutual respect, Understand this. I'm a human being. I sin. You a human being. You sin. Ain't nobody here did it right but Christ. Christ the only one that came here and did it right. So he should be the only example that you're really following. Don't get on here and follow me. I can get on here and give you some knowledge, give you some advice, but at the same time, I'm getting on here so we can chop it up and compare notes. For real, we need to be getting on here comparing notes, because iron sharpens iron. If you getting on here and you just expecting to get your spiritual pick-me-ups, and you just get on YouTube to get spiritual pick-me-ups from content creators, and you just call it a day and be like, okay, this is my spiritual food for the day. I got on here, I feel good. Now I'm about to get back to doing what I was doing. That's not how you do it. That's not how this goes. It's not how this goes, because then you're going to be sitting up there you're technically putting people before the Most High, because you ain't going into that word yourself. You're not trying to build that personal connection with them. You're trying to feed off of other people's connection with them. And that's a spirit in itself. That's you being covetous. Why is you being covetous to another person's relationship with the Most High? You want their relationship so bad that you just gonna sit up there and eat off of their relationship with the Most High. Like, do that make sense? No. So, man, sit up there, leave these camps alone. Leave these daggone these churches alone. You know, some people like the churches or whatever, but my philosophy as far as that goes is, if it's broke, it needs to be fixed. And if we look at what's going on in this world right now, it's a church on every corner. I don't know where y'all at, but I'm in Detroit. It's a church everywhere. It's a church damn near on every corner. Is no shortage of churches anywhere. There's no shortage of churches, but the world is still on a constant decline. Why is that? That's because there's not enough people going into their word themselves and actually building their own connection with the Most High. It's just a lot of people that's getting spoon-fed, and that's just not the way to do it. It's a lot of people that's super strung up and they hurt and they need some kind of community, some kind of communion or whatever to sit up there and feel a part and feel like they belong somewhere and all of this other type of stuff. Nah, you belong somewhere already. You already are a child of the Most High. You just gotta build your relationship with Him, and you're gonna feel complete. You're not gonna sit up there and need to be in the company of people who you're not even aligned with. You're not even in the same mindset as these people that's in these groups that you be with. But yet you in the midst of these groups, you following these people, and you following a person who's probably not even in the word the way that you think they are, or a person who's two-faced it, and on one hand they in the word and they sitting up there giving you the gospel and they talking good and they got the lingo and they saying all of the right stuff, but then on the other hand, behind closed doors, they doing the unthinkable. It's sick out here. It's really sick. And again, I just heed everybody to build their own relationship with the Most High and do what you gotta do, because it's getting wicked. It's getting wicked, bro. It's getting wicked. I thought I seen it all. I know I didn't see it all, but it's like, damn, you really think, I'm starting to get surprised. Like that, this one surprised me. This one actually surprised me. I'm like, wow, one of them Hebrew guys, the Hebrew Israelite guys that be on the corner yelling at people about the white man, he actually wants to get like, what? This is crazy, man. This is crazy. And again, shout out to Newbury, because he's doing the first coverage of it on the tube right now. Definitely check him out. I'll leave a link to his comment section below. Link to his channel below in the comment section. You can sit up there and see the actual story. Again, warning, it's graphic. It's graphic. This is some Diddy tier nonsense going on right now inside of that camp, inside of that church, bro. And that's a spirit, and that's a spirit that could be sitting up there. Not just that's the head, that's the leader. You got to sit up there. They say that fish stank from the head down. So that's the head. That's the spirit that's on the head. you gotta think like, okay, and I don't want to sit up there and throw everybody under the bus or anybody that might, because I'm sure there is some good people there with some good intentions, because you know the Most High warned some of those people of what was finna happen before this even happened. So, and again, that story, you can get those details in the comments below. But yeah, I was saying though, you gotta think about it though. What kind of spirit, the spirit that's on that man, you know, everything happens in the spiritual before it happens in the physical. So the spirit that's on that man, it has to be some people in the midst. Like you ain't just got a bunch of good people following one bad apple, you know, one bad. No, it's a spirit that's probably permeating, and whatever is on him is moving around and taking advantage of people in different ways. Like, this is spiritual warfare for real, y'all. You cannot underestimate that spiritual warfare. Things happen in the spiritual before they manifest in the physical. So a lot of things happen. Things kind of you will find that things compile kind of like a domino effect. Like one thing leads to the next thing, that leads to the next thing, that leads to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. And then, you know, stuff comes to the light. So, you know, I'm sure that there's whatever is in the midst of that place. I don't even remember the name of it, but whatever is in the midst of that camp, you know, it's not just him. This is something that's probably that's then manifested its way in different ways, and a lot of people's lives that's probably involved with that camp. So, and that's why, again, I encourage people to get out of a lot of these religious institutions and a lot of these churches and stuff like that, because you never know what kind of stuff that pastor is spewing out and what kind of spirits that he's putting upon the people in the congregation. So that's the video for today. I definitely just wanted to get on here and cover that and talk about that a little bit, because that is just wild. It's just wild. I'm about to go back to getting the rest of the information on the stream, because, you know, it was still going. I just couldn't even sit there and contain what I was like feeling. I'm like, no, I got to get on here and say something. This is wild. Like, this is crazy. But that's the video for today. More content is on the way. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Love y'all. Take care. Stay safe. I'm on y'all boys.
This that reality shit.